today's chief guest, the Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, my Lord, Honorable Justice Chakradhari Sharan Singh, as the chief guest of this evening. I would request everyone present to please give a huge round of applause to my Lord Justice Sharan Singh. And I also welcome the Honorable Advocate General of the state as the chief speaker of this evening to this function. May I request the President of Odisha, Adhivakta Parishad, Odisha, Sri Adhivakta sir, to the dais. My humbly request and welcome Secretary Adhivakta Parishad, Odisha, Sri Devashish Advocate to the dais. I would also request Secretary Adhivakta Parishad, Odisha High Court Unit, Sri Jateswar Naik sir, to the dais. I would like to request and welcome Secretary Adhivakta Parishad, Cuttack Unit, Madam Manashi Das, to the dais. Atithi Deva Bhava, following the great tradition of Aryavanta Bharat Bhukhand, may I request honorable dignitaries who are like Devata for us, with folded hands, may I request honorable dignitaries on the dais to please light the lamp and inaugurate the function officially.
शुभं करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसंपदां शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय शुभदीपं नमस्तुते ॐ शतो मा शतगमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
और पाया कि जीवन सेवा है, मैंने सेवा की और पाया कि जीवन आनंद है, और हर भारतीय की जीवन का आधार संविधान है. To celebrate the Constitution Day, we have gathered here. Before we proceed with the function, with the permission of the chair, may I request all of us to please stand up for Bande Mataram. It is an indeed a matter of privilege and great honor to have somebody who is the head of our family. If judiciary of the state is a family, he is the head of our family. His significant contribution in socio, legal, economic and educational field is remarkable and is second to none. His legal contribution to legal education, legal service has made him impeccable, and his yeoman service to the society is definitely unforgettable. We are privileged to have such a person who has been one of the most popular Chief Justice of the state of Odisha, is none other than my Lord Hon'ble Justice Sri Chakradhari Sharan Singh. May I request the volunteers to present a flower bouquet to my Lord Justice Singh as a token of love and affection. Thank you, sir. May I request, I welcome one of the very popular figure, his multifaceted qualities, let it be social, political, education, legal, एकाधारे जड़े विज्ञान, साहित्य, कला, राजनीतिक एवं न्यायिक व्यवस्था रे जड़े उज्ज्वलतम नक्षत्र से आम गहन उपस्थित अछंती आज मुख्य वक्ता भाव रे मैं रिक्वेस्ट the volunteers of the organization please felicitate and welcome Honorable Advocate General of the state Pitambar Acharya. May I request to welcome the leader and the person who has always inspired us in organizing various such events, none other than the President of Odisha, Adhivakta Parishad, Sri Adhivakta sir. May I request, please felicitate and welcome Sri Adhivakta sir. I would request to present a flower bouquet to the Secretary, Adhivakta Parishad, Odisha, Sri Devashish Tripathi sir. I humbly request to welcome Secretary Adhivakta Parishad Odisha Unit, Sri Chateswar Naik sir, by presenting a flower bouquet. Now, yatra naryastu pujyante ravanti tatra devata, yatra etaha napujyante sarva tatra apharagriya. Following the great tradition, I would request sir to welcome Madam Manasi Das, Secretary Cuttack Unit Odisha Adhivakta Parishad to this function. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Constitutional Day celebration. Today we gather to honor the foundation of the great nation, Bharat, the visionary document that has guided us over more than 7 decades. As we commemorate the significant occasion, let us reflect on the enduring principle of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity that has been guiding factors of the Constitution. We pay deepest regards to the framers of the Constitution for following the great principle of Pujya Puja and remembering our past and dreaming for a better Bharat. We have gathered here to celebrate Constitution Day. In this August gathering, I welcome one and all from the bottom of our heart on behalf of Adhivakta Parishad Odisha, Adhivakta Parishad Odisha High Court Unit. Thank you for gracing the occasion and making this a grand success. With the permission of the chair, may I request Secretary Adhivakta Parishad Odisha, Sri Devashish Tripathi sir, to present a welcome address and a brief introduction about the Adhivakta Parishad. Sri Tripathi.
शुभ संध्या स्वागतम सुस्वागतम 32 years already passed. We have to go back to 1992 when visionary Dattopant Thengri thought about this organization. It started with handful of persons. Now we see all of us here to celebrate, to commemorate the Constitution Day. It was the vision of the organization, how the members of the legal fraternity, they will be trained, they will be well equipped, first as good lawyers, then as good advocates. We started from 1992. Now we are in 2024. our vision came into action. Number of Nyaya Kendras, number of study circles are functioning all over the country, not only in India, but also abroad. The small organizations, the organization we started in 1992, now it has traveled beyond Bharat and in abroad, 13 countries, the branches of Adhivakta Parishad are functioning. Continuous legal education to train the young minds, young lawyers, law students. We have been continuously trying to. Nyaya Kendras are functioning. What is the swarup of Nyaya Kendra? The person who is in need of justice, who comes to the Nyaya Kendra, and our volunteers, our Karyakartas are there to help them. What is their grievance? How it can be remedied? But one principle. The Karyakarta advocate who is assisting them, he will not take up his case. Number of pro bono cases are being filed. We are assisting the people. The motto, Nyaya Mama Dharma, Dharana Dharma Kityahu Dharmena Vidhuta Praja, Jasmat Dharayate Dharma. To give justice, to deliver justice to the person who is standing in the last line of the queue is the motto of Adhivakta Parishad, that is our dharma. How it is to be done? We have to go to Mahabharata. Yudhishthira sent his 5 brothers near the pond. Jakhya was there. Jakhya did put the question to every brother. Nobody could answer, and ultimately Yudhishthira came near the pond. And what was the question? And the most important question which was asked by Jakhya to Yudhishthira, what is dharma? And the answer of Yudhishthira to Jakhya is the guiding principle. Veda vivinna sprutayascha vinna, nana muninam matayascha vinna, dharmasya tattvam nihitam uhayam, mahajano jena tatahascha panta. That is the dharma. And what is that? That is the path which is directed by the realized. The Constitution of India is the dharma. That is the path that is guided by the seekers, the enlightened persons, so the members of the Constituent Assembly. 1949, November 26 was the remarkable day we are going to celebrate today. I will not stand on page between you and our erudite speakers this evening. With this, I humbly request all of you kindly join hands to run this organization furthermore for the better. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad Samrat Mohoday. In the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document. It is a vehicle of life. Its spirit is always the spirit of age. It is, if you see somebody who stand up to this statement, ମୁଁ କହି ରଖେ ପ୍ରଚଣ୍ଡ ବାଗ୍ମୀ ସମାଜ ସେବାଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ସାହିତ୍ୟ ତଥା ରାଜନୈତିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସାମାଜିକତା ସମ୍ପାଦକତାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଆଇନିକ ଭାବରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଅପ୍ରତିଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦୀ ପ୍ରତିଭା ତାଙ୍କୁ ସଦା ସର୍ବଦା ଭିନ୍ନତା ତଥା ଉତ୍କୃଷ୍ଟତା ସହିତ ଉତ୍କୃଷ୍ଟତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିଥାଏ। ସେ ଆଉ କେହି ନୁହନ୍ତି, ଆମ ଗହଣରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆମର ଆଜିର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ବକ୍ତା Hon'ble Advocate General of Odisha, Pitambar Acharya Mohoday. My humble request, sir, please address the gathering.
Mr. President, Shri Patnaik, the chief guest of this evening, my Lord, Honorable the Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, Sri Justice Chakradhari Sharan Singh, Secretary of the Parishad, Sri Tripathi, Secretary of Odisha High Court Unit of Adhivakta Parishad Sri Naik, Sister Manasi Das, my dear esteemed colleagues. On 26th day of November 1949, after 3-year-long debates in the great Constituent Assembly, we crafted one of the finest instruments of the world, the Constitution of India, for the governance of this vast subcontinent, India, that is Bharat, the biggest republic. With 11 sessions and 166 days of deliberations, and almost more than 2,000 amendments, discussing each and every article. They were crafted with the 395 articles of this great monumental living document, were finally dedicated in the name of the people, we the people. The basic structure of the Constitution which we gave unto ourselves, that has been very beautifully codified in the preface, which we call the preamble, we the people. Look at the language. Though it was enacted and adopted by an assembly, it was dedicated to this countrymen with the opening words, we the people, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, though of course the two words subsequently inserted in the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution, socialist and secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. These are the fine words which are so beautifully envisaged in the preamble of the Constitution. Finally, we say that in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, we give unto ourselves this Constitution which we hereby adopt, enact, and give unto this ourselves this Constitution. This is how the makers of the Constitution, the philosophy behind our governance, that was very beautifully spelled out. But why this 29th of November? So this document was finally drafted and enacted on this day, not on this day, 3 days back, the nation has been celebrating this as Samvidhan Divas, Constitution Day. Until 2015, nobody was remembering this day. The day on which the Republic Day was celebrated, on which date this great document came into being. That is being celebrated as a Republic, as the Republic Day of the nation. On the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, whom we largely address the principal architect or the founding father of the Indian Constitution, the Government of India decided to celebrate this day as the Constitution Day to commemorate the sacrifice and the toil that was given by those great architects to save the future of our nation for its governance. Friends, the Constitution over the years, it has acted like a living document touching every aspect of human life. The most precious part of the individual rights, which we say the part 3, the fundamental rights chapter, from Article 14 to Article 35. They have beautifully encompassed within itself the invaluable human rights, which act as positive negative injunctions against the state authority. Look, you can do everything, but don't touch it. The great debate which came after the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution, whether the right of the Parliament under Article 359 can cover this, to touch this invaluable rights. The famous Kesavananda Bharati with majority view said, yes, your power to amend the Constitution may cover everything, but don't touch the basic structure of the Constitution of India. The most precious thing which I said that enshrined in the preamble of the Constitution. We have seen the growth and development. We gave the fundamental rights for the individual, protection of individual rights, and also at the same time for the basic governance of a nation, we in the part 4 crafted the directive principles of state policy, which we very often call are the positive instructions for the state to promote the welfare of the people. Making laws, though the citizens do not have any right to enforce this, but by flux of time, many of those articles engrafted or contained in part 4 of the Constitution have also assumed the status of fundamental rights in course of the growth of the Constitution. The Kesavananda Bharati, which opened a great, considered as a hallmark judgment in the Indian judiciary, opened the eyes of many that what is basic structure, though not elucidated in Kesavananda Bharati. Minerva Mills answered it, what is the basic structure? The basic structure theory propounded in Kesavananda came to be explained in Minerva Mills, wherein the 25th Amendment of the Constitution, I think, was under Sharan in 1980. We have seen the ADM Jabalpur following the proclamation of emergency in the country, and Justice Chandrachud, the son Justice Chandrachud, ultimately in right to privacy case said that no, ADM Jabalpur is not the good law. Right to privacy is an inalienable right which is ingrained in the basic tenet of the Constitution in Article 21. So friends, I do not want to take much of your time. Nowadays I know I would have rather preferred to be a listener than a speaker here. I know this day, 26th November, is being celebrated all over the country to commemorate the adoption and enactment of this great living document of the nation. My Lord Chief Justice is here. He is also equally a very good speaker. I do not want to stand as a barrier between the Honorable Chief Justice who has come to speak his mind before this erudite audience. So with these few words, I again thank the organizers for organizing such a beautiful meeting and for having given me scope to speak a few words on this great occasion.
Thank you, sir. It is said that tad vidhi pranipadena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshina. Sir, trust me, if we would love to hear you over again and again. Maybe you are so humble that you said that you would be loving to be a listener. That reminds me, Namanti Fadina Brukhyaha, Namranti Gunina Janaha. You are the true epitome of such a humble person. Thank you for deliberating on such important topic, important issue, and the beautiful terms in the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, Upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshina. We have two such a jnani and tattvadarshi persons to deliberate, to give their address on this constitutional day. And we have such a person who is a champion of legal reforms, legal education, not just reminding us the collective responsibility towards our nation, towards the constitutional values, not just to celebrate the constitutional legacy, but who emphasize on continuous learning and capacity building. Please give a huge round of applause for none other than today's center of attraction, our very beloved and one of the most popular person in the judiciary of our country, the Honorable Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, my Lord Justice, Honorable Justice Chakradhari Sharan Singh.
Very good evening to all of you. Sri Pitambar Acharya and Advocate General Odisha, Sri Adhivakta, President Odisha Adhivakta Parishad, Dr. Tripathi, Secretary Odisha State Adhivakta Parishad, members of Adhivakta Parishad of Odisha present, non-government advocate, additional government advocate, advocates, Additional Standing Council and all the members of the legal faculty and advocates, ladies and gentlemen. When Mr. Acharya said that Chief Justice is a very good speaker, I was reminded of a story and I am going to tell you that. And do you know what I am going to speak? Do you have any idea what I am going to speak?
Do you like India?
No. So, there was a politician, very smart, but was a very poor speaker. So, he had to make his election speech. So, he was before the audience and said, do you know what I am going to speak? The audience said, yes. They might have thought that what he is going to say. He said, when you know that what I am going to speak, then what is the fun in speaking at all? So he didn't utter anything and he sat down. So this is how the audience felt that he befooled us. So in the second meeting also, he used the same trick. He said, do you know what I am going to say? The audience said, no. He said, then when you don't know what I am going to say, then what is the fun in saying anything? So I will not say anything. Now, third time, he again used the same trick. He said, do you know? Half of the audience said yes, and half of them said no. And he said, half of you know that what I am going to say, tell others that no. So, again, so there was for a poor speaker, there are tricks. Before coming to this to you, I was just refreshing my memories. And I was reading, in fact, I have come with this book, Constitution. So, I wanted to address a peculiar aspect. Not peculiar, everyone, all of you are lawyers and you know. There are altogether 22 chapters, 2 parts, 22 parts. Part 1, Union and its territory. Second is citizenship. Part 3, fundamental rights. Very important. Part 4, Mr. Acharya was laying a great emphasis on that. Directive principles of state policy, and I will be laying great emphasis on that. Fundamental duties. And then chapter 5 is the union. There. And then chapter 6, states, union states, and then union you have the executive, the judiciary, the legislature. again for the state, and then there is provision for union territory, and then relationship between state and the center, and then how under the constitutional scheme different organs would function. And when you see the constitutional provisions, most of them start with something negative. Like when you read Article 14, it says states shall not deny. Then Article 16 also the Article 15 again, prohibition of discrimination. Article 19, protection of rights. Then when we see part 4, Mr. Acharya was referring to, it says that the state shall, it is a mandate to the state, and state within the meaning of Article 12. States shall strive to promote welfare of the people. Before that, Article 37 says, the provisions contained in this part shall not be enforceable by any court. See, so the kind of balance which has been done, that these are the directive principles of governance of state, but it cannot be enforced by law. The courts will not decide that because this is the directive principle, and see state, this is enforceable, do it. So it says no, it is not enforceable by law, by any court, but the principles therein laid down are nevertheless fundamental in governance of the country, and it shall be the duty of state to apply these principles in making laws. Just see how heavily loaded the each and every word used in this provision are. And what are those fundamental, the directive principles of governance? State to secure social order for promotion of welfare of the people. This is one. Then Article 38 says certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. Which are those policies? Citizens, men and women, equally have the right to an adequate means of livelihood. So while making laws, while making policies, while taking decisions, it is imperative for the state to ensure that these principles are kept in mind. Equal justice, free legal aid. I am happy that Adhivakta Parishad has taken up the issue of rather doing it, where they are providing legal aid. Organization of village panchayats. Each and every, for some purpose, I am referring to various articles under this DCSP. You should keep in mind, everyone, we can rather, your forum can pursue it to influence the government, to tell the government that these are your policies and you will have to follow it. Provision for just human condition of work and maternity relief, living wages, participation of workers in management of industries, Then some provisions are added later, promotion of cooperative societies, uniform civil code for the citizen. It's part of directive principle. Promotion of educational and economic interest of civil caste, civil tribe. These are few. So I was just enumerating what should be the principles of governance of state within the framework of the constitution. I had the opportunity to address on certain topics which appeared for me to be very complex, like constitutional morality. When you talk of the basic structure, what is the soul of the constitution? Where does the heart of the constitution live? So difficult to, what is more important, whether blood, whether the heart, whether the kidney of a body. Similarly, we need to address what is so important under the constitution, without which the constitution cannot work. That is the basic structure. Basic structure, like you can compare the constitution with the constitution of your own body. You have brain, you have heart, you have blood, which takes oxygen to every part of your body. You have the skeletal system. So many things. Can you live without? Can you live with the heart only? To say that what is basic structure, we may have to find out that if this part of the body goes, the edifice will collapse. That is the basic structure. And possibly, see, when we address the issue of constitutional morality, we may have to find out what is constitutionally immoral, what is not, what is constitutional. If you are in a position to address what is constitutionally immoral, you may be in a position to find out. Again, it's a very difficult terrain to enter into, but yes, to answer what is constitutional morality, you will have to find out an answer. What is constitutionally immoral? See, what is basic structure is an emerging jurisprudence. In Acharya Kumar, that is, it lays down that judicial review for the first time. The judicial review is basic structure of the constitution. Democracy also is basic structure of the constitution. Without the concept, the constitution cannot function. Therefore, I was emphasizing 2-3 aspects that again referring to the directive principles, that see the difference between the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are your rights of the citizens. No one can take away. The state has a duty to protect. Fundamental duties are your duties, which you should mind yourself to. The directive principles, your rights, your duties, and there is one duty cast on the state in the nature of the directive principles. I would suggest that the directive principles should be taken to the masses. They are required to be made aware. What are they? Why are they important? If we believe in constitutional philosophy, they are to be told that they may fight to ensure that the state professes what is provided under Part 4 of the Constitution. Today, I don't have to share anything more. In future, I'll be interacting with you. I'm thankful to the organization for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. As I said, you are the perfect blend of wit and wisdom. We show it undoubtedly. I would say that no one can be at parlance with such a perfect blend of wit and wisdom. May I request all of you, please give a huge round of applause for our speaker. You are second to none in drawing equilibrium and a parlance in social values and constitutional values. Thank you, sir, for your kind presence and gracious address. We believe, Namaskarana Tushanti Guravaha. With a great respect, we would, with the permission of the chair, may I request honorable dignitaries of the day to accept a token of love and affection. We would felicitate you, sir, with your permission. May I request the President of Odisha Adhivakta Parishad, Sri Ajit Patnaik, sir, to kindly felicitate my Lord Honorable Chief Justice. I would request Honorable Advocate General, the Secretary of Odisha High Court Unit, to join in felicitation of my Lord Honorable Chief Justice. I would also request our President to felicitate Honorable Advocate General, today's Chief Speaker, Sri Pitambar Acharya, sir. Thank you, sir. As we all know that across the year, Adhivakta Parishad Odisha continuously organizes various continuous learning and capacity building programs. And other than the social legal issues, we address various other issues for the social, constitutional, legal, economic and other issues. And it is indeed, undoubtedly, the strong and wonderful leadership of none other than our President, Sri Ajit Patnaik, sir. May I request Sri Patnaik, sir, to address as the President of this function.
Sammaniya Chakradhari Sharan Singh, Advocate General, our Pradeshra, Pitambar Acharya, Adhivakta Parishad Sampada, Devashish Bhai, Jatto Bhai, Manasya आगे उपस्थित समस्त ज्ञानी गुणी बुद्धिजीवी संविधान दिवस मर्यादा एवं संविधान संबंध में विद्वान व्यक्ति मान शुणी सारा पर बोधे आउ इच्छा नथिबो शुणिया पुणी सभापति हिसाब से संगठन विपद कथा आपण मान पाखे रखा दृष्टता करी आपण मान अनुरोध भी करी जे से कथा विपद भी समय आमे समस्ते संविधान प्रणयन परर कथा एवं संविधान तैयारी हवा पर कोभली कार्यकारी होचे न्यायमूर्ति एवं एडवोकेट जनरल ठारू सुनिले देश पराधीन थिला पराधीन भारत पूर्व स्थिति यदि आमे चिंता करिवा निश्चित भाव में आमे समस्ते कहते यह स्वर्ण प्रसुभाव से राजतंत्र हो बा देवतंत्र कारण हो शासन थिला भारत शासन नथिला एभली अवस्था नथिला कौन से कारणवशतः आमे पराधीन हेले से जो मान द्वारा भी हो एवं जेतेबेले जेतेबेले खाली भारत नुहे विश्व रे जे कोनसी राष्ट्र जेतेबेले तार शासन व्यवस्था प्रति चिंता करे शासन खसड़ा तैयारी करे आ सेही शासन खसड़ार स्वरूप होची प्रारूप होची ए संविधान आ से जो शासन खसड़ा प्रणयन हुए से शासन खसड़ा प्रणयन संबंध में बहुत चर्चा आलोचना हेकी जहा हमर एडवोकेट जनरल भाई कहि सारी चंदी केते दिन केते लोक केते परिश्रम करके करा जायछि ता हमें समझते सुनिए एवं माननीय हमर चीफ जस्टिस मध्य समस्त विषय कौन कौन से अच्छी एवं को कतिक जिनिस प्रति गुरुत्व दिया जावा दरकार ता मध्य हम पाखर कहिले एवं से गोटे बढ़िया कथाटे कहिले जे जो पंचायत राज व्यवस्थाटा केते गुरुत्व रहिबा कथा आ आज जहां मध्य हमको सूचई देले भी जे आपण माने ताको आगो को बढ़ेवा पाई जो दुई तीनटी कथा उपदेश देले आगो को बढ़ेवा पाई प्रचेष्टा करो हमें गोटे निर्दिष्ट संगठन व्यक्ति अच्छे एवं राष्ट्रवाद आम सर्वोपरि आम व्यक्तिवाद रे चर्चा नहीं राष्ट्रवाद सर्वोपरि परम वैभव नेतृत्व स्वराष्ट्र चिंता करुवा एक संगठन आम समस्ते अनुजाई अच्छे आ चिंतन को आखि आगे रखी आम पाखे सूचना पहुंची जे आम आगु कौन करवा उचित हम तत्काल जेतेबेले देश पराधीन थिला सेतेबेलर विद्वत मानकु नेकी जो माने ज्ञानी गुणी बली कह जाउथला राजनीतिक दृष्टि हो सामाजिक दृष्टि हो समस्त को नेकी संविधान सभा के से संविधान सभा तैयारी हला परे संविधान खसड़ा प्रस्तुत हैला संविधान प्रस्तुत हैला आमे समस्त जानिछे जे आमे विभिन्न जगह संविधान विभिन्न अंश को आई आम भारतीय संविधान को तैयारी कर आज ता कारण अनेक थर तार संशोधन होची एवं जेतेबेले जेतेबेले जे कोनसी जिनसटी को आरंभ करबा को हुए सेतेबेले तत्काल आवश्यकता को लेकी सेतेबेले आईनी प्रणयन होता एवं वर्तमान से आईन रो संशोधन अनेक परिमाण रे आवश्यकता पड़ुची जनसंख्या वृद्धि कारण हो हमर बॉर्डर रो समस्या कारण हो जातिवाद समस्या कारण हो विभिन्न संप्रदाय समस्या कारण हो महिला पुरुष समस्या कारण हो विभिन्न कारण तार सब परिवर्तन आवश्यकता पड़ुचे एवं अनेक समय मध्य आमर जो माने प्रणयन करूचंती बसिगिरी आमे पार्लियामेंट कहबा बा एठी हमर राज्य रे विधानसभा कहबा सेठी बसिकी सब चिंतन करूचंती आ तत्काल आईन पाई आवश्यकता अनुसार आईन प्रणयन आ ताको आमे माने समस्ते आ एठी जो माने आमे समस्ते बुद्धिजीवी बोली हम समस्ते निजर परिचय भी रखीचे एवं प्रकृत रे भी जदि समाज रे कह जाए आम मानकर आवश्यकता समाज गठन रे एवं समाज भांगिबा रे दुईटा आकर मध्य आमे चाहिले करि परिबा कारण आमे एभली गोटे जातिर व्यक्ति बा एभली गोटे व्यवसाय सहित आमे जड़ित थे एभली ज्ञानी गुणी लोक आमे जे जो पाड़ को चाहिबा जो पट को चाहिबा से पट को एको फुल्ले दे परिबा आज्ञा गोटे बढ़िया कथाटे कहले जे समस्तंकर अधिकार कर्तव्य दुईटा कथा कहले आमे गोटे टिके ध्यान देवा समस्ते आवश्यकता अछि आज दिन में समस्त अधिकार को बहुत जोर रे मागिबा पाई प्रस्तुत अछंती एवं आमे प्रतिदिन दिन प्रतिदिन जो माने आपण माने एठी समस्ते ताकू तर्जमा करूछंती एवं एई अधिकार फल रे आमे एटा पाइबा दरकार एवं आमे न्यायालय जरिया रे ताकू उभय भाव रे व्यक्ति पाखरे पहुंचेबा एवं व्यक्तिर सुजोग पाई बेनिफिट पाई ताकू करेबा ताकू आमे मध्य तर्जमा रे भाग नेकी ताकू करेया पाई दिग मुड़ीबा पाई करूची किंतु अनेक समय देखा जाउची हमरी भितर मध्य जो कर्तव्य कथा अछि कर्तव्य कथा को समस्ते अणदेखा करूछन ता कारण विभिन्न संशोधन मध्य आसिलानी आगु पुणी आ निश्चित आसीबो नहले ए देशर पानी पवन रे खाद्य शस्य पानीय सब पाई जो माने बढ़ुचंती ए देशद्रोह କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏଭଳି କେବେ ନ ହେବା ଉଚିତ। ଏଭଳି ଯେଉଁମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ ପ୍ରତିରୋଧ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସମ୍ବିଧାନରେ କଡ଼ାରୁ କଡ଼ା ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନର ସଂଶୋଧନର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ବେଳେବେଳେ କ୍ଷମା ଚାହୁଁଛେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ବେଳେବେଳେ କହିଦେଉଛେ ବନ୍ଦେ ମାତରମ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗାନ କରିବା ବାଧ୍ୟତା ନୁହେଁ, ଦେଶ ପ୍ରତି ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧାବାନ ହେବା ବାଧ୍ୟତା ନୁହେଁ, ଏଭଳି ବେଳେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆସୁଛି ଏହି କଥା। ତାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଟିକେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆମେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବା ଦରକାର। ଏବଂ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ପକ୍ଷ ବିପକ୍ଷରେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମରି ମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ ମଧ୍ୟ କେହି ରହିକରି ଏକୁ ତର୍କକୁ ଆଣୁଛନ୍ତି, ତେଣୁ ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ ଭାରତୀୟ ନୁହନ୍ତି? ତେଣୁ ଏ ଭାରତର ଯେଉଁ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଅଛି ତାର ଯେଉଁ ବିରାଟ ବଡ଼ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଘଟିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି ଏବଂ ଯେଉଁ ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରବାଦର ଉତ୍ଥାନ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ହେଇ ଚାଲିଛି ତା ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଜରିଆରେ ହିଁ ହେବ, ଆଉ କାହା ବାହାରେ ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ କିଛି ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ଅଛନ୍ତି ହାତ ମେ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ, କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଯେଉଁ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଥିଲା, ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଗ୍ରହ କରିବି ଯେ ଯେଉଁ ଭାରତର ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଯେତେବେଳେ ହେଇଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭାରତରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଧର୍ମାବଲମ୍ବୀ, ଭାଷାଭାଷୀ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ରାଜ୍ୟର ଏବଂ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବେଶଭୂଷାର ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ଥିଲେ। ତା ସତ୍ତ୍ୱେ ସମସ୍ତ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ମୂଳ ଯେଉଁ ପ୍ରାରୂପ ଥିଲା, ଯେଉଁଥିରେ ରାମଚନ୍ଦ୍ରଙ୍କର, କୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କର, ନଟରାଜର, ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ବୃଷଭଙ୍କର ଏବଂ ମହାବୀର ଜୈନଙ୍କର, ବୌଦ୍ଧଙ୍କର ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ସବୁ ଯେତିକି ଚିତ୍ର ସହିତ ଥିଲା, କ'ଣ ଏଭଳି ଏକ ବିରାଟ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ପଡ଼ିଲା ଯେ ଆମେ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଆଜି ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଦଉନାହୁଁ। ଆଜି ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ଦିବସରେ ମୁଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କହିବି ଯେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଯେଉଁଠି ବିଦ୍ୟୁତ ମାନେ ଏଠି ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ବସିଛେ, ଯେଉଁ ଜ୍ଞାନୀ ଗୁଣୀ ମାନେ ବସିଛେ, ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ସେ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ଗୋଟିଏ ଗୋଟିଏ କପି ଆମ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା, ନିଜ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ରଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା। ଜାଣନ୍ତୁ ସମସ୍ତେ ଯେ ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଏ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ମୂଳ ପ୍ରାରୂପ କ'ଣ ଥିଲା, କେହି ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ପାଉନାହୁଁ। ପିତାମ୍ବର ଭାଇ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କଲେ ଯେ ସେଥିରେ ସେକୁଲାରିଜିମ୍ ଆଉ ସୋସିଆଲିଷ୍ଟ ଦୁଇଟା ଯାକ ଭର୍ତ୍ତି କରି ଦିଆଯାଇଛି। ଏବେ ହର ଘର ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଗୋଟିଏ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠାନ କିଏ ବାଣ୍ଟୁଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ ସେଥିରେ ଡେମୋକ୍ରାଟିକ, ସୋସିଆଲିଷ୍ଟିକ, ସେକୁଲାରିଜିମ୍ ସବୁକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ 42 ଆମେଣ୍ଡମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଭର୍ତ୍ତି ହେଇଛି ବୋଲି ମଧ୍ୟ ଦେଖାଇ ଦିଆଯାଉଛି। ଆଉ ତାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସମ୍ବିଧାନକୁ ଧରିକି ସେଇଟାକୁ ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିଆ ଯାଉଛି। ବହୁ କଲେଜ ମାନଙ୍କରେ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ରାଜନୀତି ବିଜ୍ଞାନର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଚର୍ଚ୍ଚା ହେଉଛି, ରାଜନୀତି ବିଜ୍ଞାନର ଯେଉଁମାନେ ପ୍ରଫେସର ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ କେବେ ଦେଖି ହିଁ ନା, ତାକୁ ଚର୍ଚ୍ଚା କରିବା ଛାଡ଼ିବ। ତେଣୁ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବ କୋଉଠି? ଏ ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରବାଦ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ମନରେ ଆସିବ କୋଉଠି ଯେ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଥିଲା, ଏ ସମ୍ବିଧାନରେ ଏଇଆ ସବୁ ଥିଲା, ଇଏ ଆସିବ କୋଉଠୁ? ତେଣୁ ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ନିଜ ନିଜ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀରେ ତାକୁ ଗୋଟିଏ ଗୋଟିଏ କପି ନିହାତି ଭାବରେ ରଖିବା ଏବଂ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇବା ଯେ ଏହା ହେଉଛି ଆମର ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ। ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ଏହାର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି ଏବଂ ସେଇ ସମ୍ବିଧାନକୁ ନେଇକି ଚାଲିବ। ମୁଁ ଯାହା କହିଥିଲି ଯେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଯଦି ଦେଶ ଚଳାଇବା ପାଇଁ ହେଲେ କୌଣସି ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ପରିବାରରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ମୁଖିଆଙ୍କର କଥା ମାନୁଛେ, ଠିକ୍ ସେମିତି ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଭାଷାଭାଷୀ, ବହୁ ସଂଖ୍ୟାରେ ଲୋକ, ବହୁତ ଧର୍ମାବଲମ୍ବୀ ବା ମତାବଲମ୍ବୀ ଅଛେ, ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଚଲେଇବା ପାଇଁ ପୁଣି ତ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ତ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି ନା। ତେଣୁ ତାର କାରଣ ପାଇଁ ଏଇଟା ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ମଧ୍ୟ ଥିଲା ଏବଂ ତାହା ଗଠନ କରା। ଏବଂ ଆମକୁ 1949 ମସିହା ନଭେମ୍ବର ମାସ 26 ତାରିଖ ଦିନ ଯାହା କହିଲେ this 26th day of November do hereby adopt an act and give ourselves to this constitution, এই ଯେଉଁ କଥା ଆମେ ଜାଣିଲେ 1926 ନଭେମ୍ବର 1949 ମସିହାରେ ଆମେ ପାଇଲେ ସମ୍ବିଧାନକୁ। ଆଉ ସେଥିରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଯେଉଁ ମୂଳ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଯେତିକି ଏ ଯେଉଁ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ସଭାରେ ଥିଲେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଦସ୍ତଖତ ସହ ମଧ୍ୟ ରହିଛି, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଦସ୍ତଖତ ସହ ସେ କପି ମଧ୍ୟ ରହିଛି। ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ବହୁତ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଯାହାକୁ ଆମମାନଙ୍କ ଜରିଆରେ ଆଜି ଗୋଟେ ଯେଉଁ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନର ଦିଗ ସମାଜକୁ ପହଞ୍ଚିଛି, ଯେ ସମାଜର ପାଖରେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଏକ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନର ଦ୍ୱାରଦେଶରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିଛୁ। ଆଉ ସେ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନର ଦ୍ୱାରଦେଶରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିଥିବା ବେଳେ କେବଳ ଏଥିରୁ ଗୋଟିଏ ଶବ୍ଦକୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରି ଭାରତକୁ ଏକ ଭିନ୍ନ ଢଙ୍ଗରେ ଚଳାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଥିବା କିଛି ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ତାର ତର୍ଜମା ଅଲଗା ପ୍ରକାରରେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। କେବଳ ଗୋଟିଏ ଶବ୍ଦର ବ୍ୟାଖ୍ୟା କରାଯାଉଛି ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେମାନେ କେହି ମଧ୍ୟ ମନା କରୁନାହେଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାକୁ ବ୍ୟାଖ୍ୟାର ଭିନ୍ନ ଢଙ୍ଗରେ ବ୍ୟାଖ୍ୟା କରି ଏହି ଗୋଟିଏ ଶବ୍ଦକୁ ନେଇ ଦୀର୍ଘ ଦିନ ଧରି ଚାଲିଛି ତର୍ଜମା। ମୁଁ ସେ ଶବ୍ଦକୁ କହୁନି, ଆପଣମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି। ଗୋଟେ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଭିତରକୁ ଠେଲି ନେବା ପାଇଁ ସମାଜକୁ ଏବଂ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଗୁମରାହ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେଇ ଗୋଟିଏ ଶବ୍ଦ ଉପରେ କେବଳ ଟିକି ରହିକିରି ଆଉ ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ କୌଣସି ଜିନିଷ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ପ୍ରିଏମ୍ବଲ୍ ପ୍ରଥମ ଇଏ ଭିତରେ ଯାହା ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ସଂଶୋଧନରେ ଆସିଛି से गोटे शब्द को लेकिन केवल तर्जमा करके बहु व्यक्ति कहते आज्ञा जोटी आपको समस्त दर्शेले जे गोटे समस्त को लेकिन एक आईन रहा दरकार जहाँ को वर्तमान एना हवापाई गला बेलू विरोध करुवा व्यक्ति माने से माने संविधान हाथ में धरिके संविधान दही देकर कथा तेणु डुआल सिटी माने सिस्टम सब जो चली माने दी प्रकार चरित्र गोटे समाज माने निजर व्यक्ति चरित्र गोटे राजनीतिक चरित्र बाकी राष्ट्र चरित्र तीन प्रकार ताकर रही तेणु ए समस्ते आम समस्त आज दिन में बहु भल भल वक्ता मान शुणी सारा पर आ विशेष समय आपण मान नेबिनी केवल खाली ये कहबी ये जो राष्ट्र चिंतन कथा चली राष्ट्रवाद कथा चली आम ये जो परम वैभव नेता स्वराष्ट्र कथा कहीकि भारत विश्वगृह जो आशा रखीचे से आम समस्ते अधिवक्ता परिषद जो कार्य चली से सामिल हवा एवं जो कथा आमर संपादक महोदय कही सारी जे जस्टिस टू द लास्ट पर्सन समाजर शेष वर्ग ठिया व्यक्ति को न्याय प्रदान करने ये अधिवक्ता परिषद जो मिशन अच्छी लक्ष्य अच्छी विजन अच्छी आम समस्ते साकार करने आपण मैंने हाथ लगे आगे आग को आगामी दिन मानक से आपण मैंने हाथ लगेबे एवं ये संगठन को आगू नेबे समाज राष्ट्र उन्नति प्रति समस्त व्यक्ति जीवन एवं पारिवारिक जीवन किसी समय देवे एति मात्र समस्त अनुरोध करके रखुची वंदे मातरम भारत
धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय वास्तविक सांविधानिक मूल्यबोध सांस्कृतिक सामाजिक समाज विभिन्न दिग को तन्न अनुध्यान पूर्वक यार सारगर्भक तत्व को अवलोकन करिवारे आपण सिद्धहस्त Swami Vivekananda said, every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to fulfill, a destiny to reach. Mission of India, that is Bharat, has been to guide the humanity. With this hope and trust that all of us who are present here celebrating the Constitution Day would be working like a warrior to carry out the mission to have Sasakta Bharat and to guide the humanity. Before ending the function, I would request the Secretary Adhivakta Parishad Odisha High Court Unit Sri Jateshwar Naik sir to present the vote of thanks.
हरिओम जय जगन्नाथ आज संध्यारे समस्त को अधिवक्ता तरफ स्वागत Honorable respected Chief Justice of Odisha High Court Justice Chakradhari Sharan Singh, Honorable Advocate General of the State of Odisha, Senior Advocate Sri Pitambar Acharya, distinguished the Government Panel Council, members of the Adhivakta Parishad, advocate, friends, members of the press and media, and all present here today. As the Secretary of the Adhivakta Parishad of Odisha High Court Unit, it is my privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of Constitution Day celebration. First and foremost, I express our profound gratitude to our beloved Chief Justice, the Honorable Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, for gracing this event with your esteemed presence. Your Lordship participation has added immense value and prestige to our celebration. We are equally indebted to our Chief Speaker, the Learned Advocate General of the State of Odisha, with the multiple talented personality for delivering our enlightening address that has deepened our understanding and appreciate our Constitution. Our sincere thanks go to all the senior advocates, Deputy Solicitor General of India, and Government Advocate present here today. Your vast experience and wisdom continue to inspire and guide us in our legal journey. We extended our appreciation of the Government Panel Council, State as well as Central Government for their participation and conducted support to their legal fraternity. A special note of thanks to the Odisha Cricket Association for providing us with an excellent venue for generously as ensure a comfortable and conducive environment for a significant event. We are grateful to the members of the print and electronic media for their presence and coverage, which will help disseminate in the importance of the Constitution Day to wider audience. Lastly, I thank all the members of the Adhivakta Parishad, Odisha High Court unit for their tireless effort in organizing the event and to all attendants for their active participation. I express my sincere thanks to State President Adhivakta Parishad, Ajit Patnaik, Secretary my younger brother Devashish Tripathi, as well as sister Manas Das. Thank you, Jai Jagannath.
Before Mr. Chair, I request all of us to please rise for the national anthem. Thank you very much.
Party is not here.
He is the founder of the Odisha. So I think he is on this post.
Practice here.
Camera.